I tried to do a filter and it won't let me do it. It won't let me do it live, so maybe I'll come back. No, I'm just kidding. I wanted to share this with everyone. Amicy. It's a word. It means the mystery of what goes on behind the scenes of your social life. It's comforting to imagine the conspiracies run our world. To think that there's some hidden order to things. A superstructure held high over our heads by a shadowy cabal of insiders. Of course, there's no hidden order. But then again, of course there is. It's all of us. We're all insiders, managing our intricate web of relationships, deploying hundreds of unseen gestures and soft power plays, soaking up gossip with all the urgency of counterintelligence. It's at once mundane, and yet no less chilling than any other conspiracy, because it leaves you questioning the very fabric of reality, wondering what you don't know. Ask yourself, how many cover-ups have you taken part in? How many times have you heard something you weren't supposed to? Withheld certain details to make your case, or even change the subject, or tried to steer someone's behavior without them knowing. If you can do that, all without a second thought, everyone around you must be able to do it. Of course, you'd like to think that you've got a clear view of the broader social landscape, but it's possible you don't have a freaking clue. There are so many backstories that people keep to themselves, so many back channels you don't even know about that exist. Random clusters of friends might be carrying a parallel a parallel conversation in another group text, or meeting up regularly at events you're not invited to. People know far more about you than you think, holding on to secrets and rumors they use to inform your character but never mention in your presence. Some of your friends are vastly different people when they're one-on-one with each other, such that both would seem unrecognizable. Even now, an unexpected pair of them might be helping each other through a crisis, or carrying on a silent feud, or having a fling that you won't even hear about until years later. There might be a big dramatic event going on that bends the course of our lives, except for certain people left out of the loop who'll always have to wonder. And even if everything was open and honest, you'd still have to confront the ever-shifting labyrinth of interconnected relationships and personas and levels of intimacy you could scarcely even begin to fathom. It's enough to make you crazy never knowing if you're living in an alternate reality being constructed around you, but perhaps there's some comfort in that uncertainty. After all, cui bono? Who benefits? For all you know, it might be you. Who knows how many colleagues called in favors to get you an interview, or lobbied hard to save your job? How many little crises were happening on your wedding day that were deliberately hidden from your view? Protectors all around you might be sheltering you from looming dangers, so you never have to lose sleep knowing how at risk you really were. Your family might spend hours discussing where your life is going. I know that's a fact. Comparing notes to figure out what you need the most right now. Sometimes your friends will wait until you leave the table before they start singing your praises, only to change the subject just before you return. It's not a crazy thought. It happens all the time. None of us knows the full picture of what's really going on. All we know for sure is some mysterious force is working behind the scenes to keep our communities intact and our relationships running, sometimes smoothly and sometimes not. But we all sleep a little better knowing some sort of conspiracy is afoot. Otherwise, we'd be tossing and turning all night, haunted by the notion that we're all just acting alone. This word comes from amity, which is friendship, plus conspiracy, which is a collective plot to secretly pursue a sinister goal. It's pronounced Amicy. It's spelled A-M-I-C-Y. Dead reckoning. Okay, it's a verb. Okay. Dead reckoning. Finding yourself bothered by somebody's death more than you would have expected, even if they were only an abstract presence in your life, like a lighthouse in the distance that suddenly goes dark, leaving you with one less landmark to navigate by. Oh. I really enjoy that. This piece is called Power and Confidence. The one before it was called Vibrating Atoms. I love that. So, this is a book I have called The Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows by John Koenig. And these words are honestly changing my life, and I love them. Let's see what this is. Oh, etherness. Etherness is the wistful feeling of looking around in a gathering of loved ones, all too aware that even though the room is filled with warmth and laughter now, it won't be this way, that the coming years will steadily break people away into their own families, or see them pass away one by one, until there comes a time when you'll look back and try to imagine what it felt like to have everyone together in the same place. I bet a lot of people are feeling that right now. Etherness. Fatal. That's a weird word. Fatal. A weird little flaw built into your partner that somehow only endears them more to you, in the way that impurities dissolve in water and what allow it to conduct electricity. If all the imperfections were removed, there would be no spark. Heck yeah. Dolor, blindness. What? The frustration that you'll never be able to understand another person's pain, only ever searching their face for some faint evocation of it, then riffling through your own experiences for some slapdash comparison, wishing you could tell them truthfully, I know exactly how you feel. That's interesting, because I guess it's just the opposite of being an empath. It sounds like it. On tender hooks. Feeling the primal satisfaction of being needed by someone, which makes you feel that much more rooted to the world, even if the roots belong to someone else. That's interesting too. I like that. It makes me think of the song Hook. The hook brings you back. I ain't telling you no lie. Gotta make the... Okay, that was me, my attempt to sing that last part of that song, but I don't even know what they're saying. The Blues Brothers. Anyway, I love you all. I hope this video finds you well, and I hope that you enjoy it if I actually post it. I had a live video that I had done, well, 2 of them, that my phone ended up dying in the middle of them, or, so like it cut it off, and I don't know if it was saved. It was the one I did last week when I got a flat tire on the side of the turnpike, so I was like, I'm gonna record this live. And then a cop showed up, a good old officer of the law showed up to help me, and that was basically when my phone died. So that was interesting, and I actually should look and see if I can find it, but I'm good now. Good morning, everyone, Grand Rising. I need to take that out of my vocabulary. When we're mourning, it's usually when someone dies, or when a huge catastrophic event occurs somewhere in the world, and it sends a shockwave. But yeah, Amicy. That was the word that I was really wanting to share, and I couldn't fit it into a story or a friggin' reel. I'm just being real. Just being real here. This is Megan. I'm being real. Done. I'm out.